letter is going to Castle Morn.
Please, he can be stubborn.
Okay.
Please, he can be stubborn.
Where did you say it was? To the south? We're finding a castle, damn it. We're gonna find ourselves a castle. What about Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the D&D game? Guys, there's so many things that go into choosing a stream game, okay? What we can do right now, if you guys truly want to know, is explain what goes into choosing a game to stream, okay? There's a bunch of factors you have to consider. The number one factor that you have to consider when you choose a streaming game is, will you, as the streamer, like without forcing yourself, enjoy that experience? Is it a medium that lends itself well to your personality and to your personal taste in games, so that you can unabashedly enjoy, have fun, and convey that experience to the viewers? That's number one. Number two, how does the category look? If nobody watches that game, there's like, then if you play it, then you get like maybe 20% of your community are gonna show up no matter what you play. You know, those are the real ones. Those are the OGs. Those are the most amazing freaking community members in the world, right? They're gonna show up no matter what. But if you're unable to have anybody else come in, then you have effectively set your channel back with months of work and, you know, activities and all sorts of things. So you need a fairly active category. That's number two, an active category people are interested in. Number three, how active? How active is the peak? How high? How many viewers does the top 10 people in that category have? Are you going to be pushed down to the third row, the fourth, the fifth, the 10th row? And if so, is it a category where people actually browse? Now, if all those three can be written off as, hey, this works, this is good, then you can stream it. Or if you are the kind of channel where your viewers come from a different place to watch you as a person, not the game you're playing, the game is just a bonus, then you can play whatever you want, but 99.5% of streamers are not that kind of streamers, right? And that it is very simple. Like, I'm sure you guys would probably maybe enjoy me playing, you know, the older Resident Evil games when they get re-released, but I have no interest in that genre. So that's already, you know, then it's done. So that's done, and then it's just this whole thing. And also, like, sometimes I get people in chat saying like, you should play this game is awesome, it's my favorite game of all time, and people are like, yeah, fucking that's an awesome game, you should play that game. That's literally what happened with Mass Effect. Every single person in chat was like, yeah, play Mass Effect is gonna be amazing, yeah, Mass Effect. And I was like, yeah, Mass Effect. I play Mass Effect, 80% viewer drop. 80%. I'm not even joking. And the people that did come in, that was from the Mass Effect community, were so heinously terrible to deal with that I'm never going to play the Mass Effect games. I finished Mass Effect 1, never going to touch that series again because it was such a negative experience. And that's the problem. That's the problem with choosing games on stream. Like, I'm sure some of you would enjoy it, and then the rest would just not be here. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there like, okay, so the gains I made in my weird pipe dream of maybe potentially having this as my job, being privileged and lucky enough to entertain people as a living, has been set back with half a year. And that is the mental pounding you as a streamer take every single time you have to pick a new game. Every single time. And it sucks to put that into words, but this is the reason. Sophie darling, you need to enjoy the game, but you also need to be aware of viewership. You need to be aware of discoverability. If a category is flooded, it's hard to get yourself precisely. And Mads Gaskar! And Omaskas is completely right. By the way, welcome to the stream. Omaskas. Type of streamer streams Apex Legends. The streamer has 4 average viewers. They get pushed far down. If you stream Apex Legends with 4 viewers, you're lucky if you have 4 viewers. You should have 0. By all logic. And Mads Gaskar, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you, Raiders. Welcome. My name is Septeques. I try to make the internet counter place, and I pledge my sword to your service. We're being... Yeah, I know something. It's not against you. We're being very real here. People coming in from Mads, and I'm sorry. We're gonna be silly in just a second. But you could give us a list to choose from. But that's the thing. Halo. Every single time, I have chosen a chat game, or I have had a poll where chat chooses a game. Nobody shows up because, and that is actually extremely interesting. That is actually extremely interesting. By the way, Mads Gaskar, how's your stream? If you give this extremely interesting user experience design, if you Yeah, I saw that, Septic, and this is just an explanation of what it means to stream and choose games, right? Because if you give your customers, your users, and this is the field of work that I work in, if you give your viewers, users, customers, whatever, agency over what gets presented to them in terms of, you know, the next thing, the people that chose it will be happy, and nothing will change for them. And that's where it gets interesting. They will not have a heightened sense of wanting to see the thing that they chose, that they voted for, that they that they ordered, right? But the people that didn't vote for the alternative that wins, they now have a negative connotation with the thing that you are currently providing them. Because that is not what they voted for. That is not what they asked for. That is not what they ordered. They now have a negative incentive to support the thing that they didn't vote for. It is extremely fascinating how the human mind works in this regard. And it's not something we are aware of, unless you work in psychology or, in my case, user experience design. And that is, it's like Disco Elysium. The game is amazing, but if you stream it, you lose your average quick because of the text and the slow rhythm. Exactly. And the Dark Picture Anthology. That's a great game series. Whenever I play the most voted game, my averages drop. Precisely. When I played something that I thought I would make for good content, this worked out in my favor. Yes. Here is, and please clip this out of context and share it everywhere. Here's the truth about running a streaming channel, all right? Here's the truth about having a YouTube channel, a stream, anything, any sort of content creation. Here's the truth. It's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship. Or a monarchy, whichever. But it is a dictatorship, and every single stream on Twitch is a dictatorship that rules by acclamation. Is your dictatorship popular? Congratulations, your dictatorship has a lot of viewers. Is your dictatorship unpopular? Then your dictatorship is not going to have a lot of viewers, because if you provide content based on voting, the people that don't vote for the thing that you end up playing will not watch, because that is not what they ordered, and the human brain just goes, I don't want this. I told you I didn't want this, and now you're giving it to me anyways. I'm not going to be here when you serve up this thing that I didn't want in the first place. You know? It's like you go to a restaurant You're 10 people. The restaurant says, okay, guys, we're gonna serve you exactly what you want. You can choose the soup or the chicken. You're like, I would like the soup. 6 of the people says, we would like the chicken. You got 4 people saying, or you got 2 people saying, we would like the soup. And then you have 2 people saying, we don't care. We don't care. So there's 6 people voting for the chicken. There's 2 people voting for the soup, and there's 2 people not voting, right? The 2 people that wanted soup and doesn't get soup, they're gonna be fucking pissed off, right? And that's how it works. You get what you mean? You need to find something you and most of the audience will like, not a handful of them. Something that captures not only your followers, but also possible future followers. So for example, Neb and I say like, yeah, we're at Resident Evil. A handful might agree with us, but more might not. Exactly. Who's dictating? The streamer. All right. That was a very long-winded explanation for something that is, at face value, kind of simple, but it's also extremely important that people understand it. Sometimes we just have to test and see how it goes. Took me nearly 2 years to figure out that my judge should come first and other people's. Yes, I'm used to dictatorship. Zimbabwe, the same president. Okay. Let me rephrase. You're the good kind of, you know, single ruler. You know, you're the enlightened monarch because you are doing your best to provide something exciting for your community. But it's your dime. It stops. The decision making stops here because every single thing that happens in your community, that your community does, or on your stream, is on you as a streamer. You know, if your community starts to act like dipshits, benevolent, they're the one. If didn't mean for a joke to get this far. I'm sorry I took the joke so seriously, Septic. But at the end of the day, as a person who creates entertainment, you are responsible for the entertainment, for the community centered around your entertainment, and for yourself and how you act as an entertainer that anybody can watch and find videos of, right? And that goes for the entire value chain of it. If you choose a game I'm not interested in, I will not watch, regardless if I had a choice in the matter or not. Halo Jack is the one. Halo Jack is the one honest chatter on Twitch. Streamers should try to make themselves must-see. Exactly. And that is extremely difficult to be. The few streamers I've started watching have a set schedule of games, and they're free for all day. That's just random stuff. It's enjoyable. If I had time for a random day, I would have a random day. I don't have time for a random day, so I have 3 set days where I need to plan out my content. If I had more time, I would have a random day where I would play League of Legends, Resident Evil, whatever. One day where I just didn't give a single flying fuck, and I played whatever. But I don't have time for that.